All right, so we're just going to show you why. Well, hello from the ridge.
Hello.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's beautiful.
It really, truly is. So, we want to do something with you guys, and we haven't done it in probably a long time.
Yeah, it's quite overdue.
Yeah. We have not given you guys a full-on homestead tour in a long time. And we have some really great things to show you guys. And hopefully it'll give you guys a better understanding of kind of like where we're at least today. Because y'all know how we roll. This could all change tomorrow.
Well, and a lot of it too, it's for us, right? We go back and look at, especially on those times that we're like, man, we've gotten nothing done. And then we can go back and look at these videos and go, oh, well, 6 months ago we had videos and you could see this. And it's springtime, y'all. And so major changes happening just within the greenery and everything. And of course, what, our third year here, and
not even 3 years. We're still at like 2 3/4.
But it's our third spring.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
Yeah.
And no, what's the saying that's real popular now? We listen and we don't judge. So we're going to show you some things that we're not necessarily very proud of. So just keep that in mind. We listen and we don't judge. So
it's a work in progress.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind.
Clearly, y'all know, if you've been watching our videos, that this is our new YouTube studio deck and bridge. And y'all have asked why we didn't just carry the ramp down to the deck. Why, baby?
Well, because eventually coming off the same spot is gonna be a mudroom. And so if that ramp would have ran all the way to that wall, to the original deck, you'd be running right into a wall. So shockingly enough, we forward thought, and it helped us less steep in the ramp.
So the mudroom is going to be coming off and going down here to where the kitchen addition starts. So the roof is going to be coming off. Yeah, my handsome man will show you. And the roof will be coming off this way. It'll just be a pitched roof because y'all know we're working with some weird angles up there.
All 17 roof lights.
Yes. And show them where the new front door is going to be, baby.
So it'll be roughly where I'm standing. So our walkway, we already knew we needed to modify because it's kind of too narrow anyways. But you'll walk in here. It'll all be one level. And then that door will stay. You'll still have that breaker. I think we're going to put a window in over here for some natural light. And then the back wall is actually going to be one big, huge closet. As y'all know, in any house, you never have enough room for your 19 million coats. And especially this time of year where one morning we wake up and we're sleeveless and the next we're wearing a heavy Carhartt. So
yeah,
that's the plan for the mudroom edition. And then behind that actually is going to come out even further than what the mudroom is.
And I'll take you guys up there so you can maybe get a good idea.
Yeah,
Feel.
we're gonna come out, so where this mudroom stops is gonna start a deck that's gonna come off of that deck and probably way out here, about 16 feet or so. And this is gonna be all deck, because an 8x12 deck, well, that ain't good or enough for us.
No.
We need more room. And this, I know you can't tell, but none of this is flat and level. And when we've tried to have friends over, especially after a rain, this is impossible. So future project coming up is a big deck, big mud room. We've got some cool plans. We haven't settled on that, so we're not even going to mention whether the deck will be covered, not covered, or what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really it. I mean, there might be something else happening for the back porch area, but we're not sure on that, so we're not even going to talk about it.
Darn it. I thought maybe if I said it out loud, it'd happen.
Do you want it? All right, let's explain to the fine folks what we're going to do with our too small a deck.
So y'all know that the tiny house kitchen is very small. It doesn't look very small on camera, but I assure you it is small. And when people come, they're like, oh my gosh, like your kitchen is so small. We had no idea it was this small. My handsome man's dancing in front of me. So I came up with a brilliant idea, baby.
I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to film you. What do you do? Quit getting distracted and tell the people what we're going to do with this amazing space.
All right. This is going to be an easy one, actually. So we are going to, sorry if the sun's getting in your eyes, we're going to carry the roof line out. The patio slider is actually going to be snagged up from here, boop, and put, boop, right there. Yes. And then this will, the deck will all get enclosed. And that'll be our new dining room, so that we actually have a place to sit. We have no place to sit to eat a meal, or if we have guests over or anything like that. And this is going to be a really, really easy change. It's 4 walls and moving the door. We'll be able to...
Well, 3, really.
Yeah, 3. And we already have the windows because, y'all, we love our view. And so there's actually going to be a big window here and a big window there. And we'll be able to look out and see. And then we'll exit out here. With the slider, we'll be moved now here and walk out to the glorious deck that we haven't yet to build.
What she said.
Moving on. All right, so in order to show you the next part, which is the garden in progress, I need to take you back. So watch this and kind of see where we started when we got back from Tennessee. So you guys saw that awfulness? I was so embarrassed when he first showed me that footage.
You know, angles and different views give you a whole nother perspective.
Yeah, that was really bad, guys.
Yeah.
So almost immediately we set into work.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen all the videos of all the gardening changes and everything that we've done. So I'm going to show you guys the difference from above from when we first started and where we're at now. Pretty crazy, huh?
That's, yeah, night and day difference. But, and we knew, right? I mean, obviously you guys just seen the images and that first set, right? When we seen those, when that thing first went up there, we looked down and we're like,
oh my gosh.
You know, but we've never, up until this point, we haven't had an opportunity to see it for like that. You know, we see it at the ground level and we knew, hey, there's changes we want to make for our use and that kind of stuff. But it's one of those when you get up and then you look down and you're like, oh, okay. But it helped us draw a picture a whole lot better of how we want to develop this garden area. And one big holdup that we've had, obviously, is this big, ugly foundation.
So we've been retrieving pallets, and this is all coming down, right? We had talked about possibly mending the basement section, but babe, let's go over and let's show them why we're not gonna. We're just gonna show you why.
It was that easy.
Yeah.
This stuff, it's just coming out everywhere. Don't look at the
Don't
trash.
look at that's all my garden stuff. I have nowhere else to put it right now.
Not even all of it. It's just what we wanted to hide back here. So y'all are getting the little beans of, hey, this is how we can hide some things, right? But it's all gonna come down. I'm gonna dig a ditch along the side where you guys are standing and along that wall over there, so that it won't flood this concrete pad anymore. And then we're just gonna build a wooden structure right over top of it. That'll be outdoor kitchen.
After we take all the block down.
Yeah. The block is all coming down.
Is gonna stay.
We're gonna have the slab and we're gonna build up on the slab. We didn't think it was gonna be a work video, but this is part of this too, guys, is that incentive for us. But I mean, this is,
yeah.
That's just, it's not safe, it's not usable, and we're not willing to try to re-deal with it. So
Or risk our friend's safety by trying to save something.
yeah, thinking that we can shore it up enough and put people like, no, we're gonna build a structure we know is
I
safe
think
and sound.
the blocks themselves, most are still pretty solid. So we should be able to salvage a little bit of the block. And that is our intention, because we're gonna start taking it over to the next place we're gonna take you guys to. Of course, not right now. We're not gonna load these up. It's not a work video. But we're gonna get in the side-by-side and give you guys a little bit more of a tour of the new build site. Oh, we'll get them on the way back.
We made it.
It's so beautiful over here, and for the most part, you don't hear a lot. Right now, the goats are being ornery, but we'll take you over there next and fill you guys in on what we're gonna be doing with the goats and where that shelter is gonna be moved to and stuff like that. But we are over on the other side of our property, and kind of where the side-by-side is sitting is where the new house is gonna go. And there'll be a lot of clearing so that we can still have the views up there, over there, and be able to see the beauty of the ridge.
Yeah, and we've been back and forth. I think in some of the older videos we had come over here where I cleared, and we've talked about it, right? The build site. Because we've been so focused on being over there and making that comfortable, that is that really what we want to be? And we love the tiny house, and it does amazing. Like we're very proud of the tiny house and the design elements that we put into it. It's just not functional for our lifestyle. It's one of those that the kitchen is amazing, and my bride does amazing work in that kitchen, but it's not enough room. So coming over here,
Being able to build, still not a super huge home.
No.
1,200 square feet or less is what we'll end up with over here.
which is still twice of what the tiny house is.
And this cool rock ledge,
Which we're gonna incorporate into the build.
right, this jets out over here, so these trees are all gonna come out. There's a lot of groundwork. And but the nice thing is we don't have to live in an RV to do all this. And this will actually drop down to be outdoor patio area.
And this will all get leveled and patio pavered for our entertainment area. So this is tier number 3.
Yeah.
And we're going to clean it up because it's going to be something. Not really sure.
Once a lot of all this is cleared out, we get all of this cleared out over here, we're going to have at least as good, if not a better view than what we have at the tiny house right now.
Yeah. So there are more tiers because it just continues to tier down. But once you get to a certain spot, that's as far as you can go because there's the waterfall in the deep ravine.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to put a sitting area out there so that we can see that, but that's not of importance right now. That'll be maybe in 2 years we'll do another tour.
Yeah, and this isn't something that's happening
Right now, no.
Right now, anyways. But wanted to bring you guys along so that some of the things that we've done will make a little more sense and what some of our other plans are. Because, well, we'll go over here because the next real big project,
and it is the next project,
gonna be close. Well, hey guys, you're probably wondering how we got all of this amazing drone footage lately. Well, we've been talking about getting a drone for a while, and we finally had a company reach out, and it is Ruko. The drone we got was the F11PRO 2. Very nice, came packaged very well. Got an amazing carrying case where everything just fits in there nice and molded. It is capable of doing 6K photos. You get 4K videos. It has a 3-axis brushless gimbal. It actually flies quite a long distance. We can actually reach from one end of our property to the backside, which is very impressive, and on one battery. So playing around up here, it comes with 2 batteries, but with just one battery, I'd get at least 20-25 minutes of confident flight time. It does give you some warnings. It has GPS auto return home, so you can either hit the button to return it back to the home spot, which is where you set by GPS when you first took off, or it'll bring you straight back to where it was set. So you either fly that or hit the home button and it'll automatically come back. And it'll also do that feature when the drone battery itself gets too low. The controller fits in your hand great. It's got a nice mount. It does require you to have your own phone device, but it has 3 different cables to hook up to all the types of current cell phones. So that makes it super easy. And there is a slot for up to a 128 kilobyte memory card, so that you can save all the photos and videos and then upload them to your device. So thanks again to Ruko for this F11PRO 2. This thing flew amazing right out of the box. They do have an awesome tutorial that goes along with it. So I suggest you, if you get one of these, that you go ahead and follow that tutorial. Comes with an extra set of little blades. And like I said, the amazing carrying case. Right out of the box you can fly it, but I suggest you charge the batteries to give you a little more time of fun. So thank you, Ruko, for sending that out. You want more information? The link's going to be below down in the description. Check it out, guys, because it's pretty awesome. We've been having a lot of fun with it.
So, baby, what's going over here?
So this is the exciting one, y'all. This whole patch, now the road is pretty close up there, but we've got quite a bit of room. This is going to be the shop site, y'all. Boom, right in this spot. A 40 by 40-ish Megaro. Widthwise, it'll be 40 feet wide. Lengthwise, we're still working those numbers in our head. You know, we wanted a shop, but we want a house, and we want them close together. Well, that's going to work out because the house is going to be right over here, and the shop's going to be over here. And then we still get to implement and fully put in our new driveway.
Yeah. All right, on to the next. Hi guys. Hi Emily. How's my girl? How's my girl? How's my girl? How's my Emily? So we've already talked about the fact that we've tried them. We love them. They're pets. You have to go back in the other videos that we've talked about it and find out all of our reasons why. But we know when to accept defeat. And goats are going to be one of them for us at White Rock Homestead. At least for now. I'm not going to say that never say never, but for now, the ladies have been pets. They cost us money, and I am not milking them. And they're going bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
But to a great place. They are going to be going to...
Y'all probably have already guessed it. All the goats here are going over to Gary and Mel's at Simple Life Reclaimed. As soon as they get situated after their roof build, which they're starting to wrap up and stuff, we'll be coordinating a time when they're going to come visit the ridge, and they're going to be leaving with Emmy Lou, Betty, Wilma, and Dandy. And should we ever want to get back into our goats, we know where the bloodline is, so it will not be a difficult thing to bring goats back to the ridge.
Right.
So then that leads us, babe, with the goat structure. So what are we going to do with the goat structure?
Well, it's going to get moved, right?
Let's go take them where it's going to get moved.
You want to go down there?
Yeah.
Or are we going over there?
No, we'll go there first, and then we'll come back up here.
Okay, let's go there.
We're here. Yeah. So originally, Jason had started to clear this part of the property, which has also amazing rock shelves, rock ledges over there, outcroppings. Had cleared this site originally for Jenna Bug's cabin. And that has changed as far as her location. So then that left this site free and clear.
This is where the goat shelter's coming. But it won't have goats.
No.
It's gonna have pigs. Just makes more sense. We've wanted hogs anyways. And it was one of those that we had to stop, kind of like we were just talking about, was infrastructure, having the abilities to do it, the time and all that. And I already cleared this spot, and if we're getting rid of goats, that means we can manage another animal in their place in the meantime. And why not it be hogs that, well, that's food. So they can eat our scraps, and then they turn into our food.
Yeah, and hogs are not foreign to us. If you've been with us for a while, you know that when I had my homestead up north, I raised many, many hogs. And we were able to feed the family with those hogs. So we're familiar with them. I know how that works. I know hogs. Not intimidated at all. You don't have to milk them. I don't know. Could you milk a
No.
pig? No. Yeah. I'm joking.
You're so
I know
pretty.
you can't milk a pig. Yeah. So then you're asking, well, where's Jenna Bug gonna build? Where's her cabin gonna go? Come on, we'll show you. What? Very early on, y'all seen the videos when we moved the Cougar onto the ridge. The very first time when we actually got to be here on the ridge. And we put in a driveway. Don't look at the mess. We've been cleaning up here too. There's already a driveway under there. And she's living in the Cougar right now. It just made more sense, money-wise, for her to clear this area here, right? And she can put her house right here, and she already has water, she already has electric, and then as soon as her little house is up, the Cougar's saying bye-bye, and it's gone. And so she'll have a ready-made driveway already done. See, Maya already agrees.
Yeah, like you said, logistically, it made sense. We already have power up here. It's just a matter of pulling it from that pole to put it into the breaker panel and running them out. And then power or water is already up here. We trenched a hydrant, so I can easily dig that up, tap into it to give her a permanent water line coming over to the house. Puts her close to the road, because the other thing that we had to think of, kind of like if you see in the background, right, is a Swami's house, is they work. And they've got to be able to get in and out if it's, you know, inclement weather. And the further you go back on the ridge, the further down it is and a little bit harder to get out. So why not just put her up here fairly close to the road? But
I mean, you've got some clearing to do, right, baby?
yes, a lot of this is all going to come out, but she's doing pretty much a tiny house, right? It's going to be a
12
story,
by 24.
a story and a half home, so it's not going to take a lot of space. It's going to be taller, but the overall footprint isn't going to be much.
On the other side of the Cougar, if you guys remember, of course, Jake's car. You guys remember when we built Jake's cabin? He's over here nestled into the woods, and we've known from the beginning that that was mainly going to be used as a guest cabin. So it's small. It's literally only 8 by 16 with an outdoor shower attached to it. It is small. So we want that to be back into a guest cabin. And so, babe, now we got to go show where Jake's building.
We do, because he's not going to stay there.
No.
And that'll be a guest cabin when he decides to move. But let's go check out his place.
You guys know where this is. You named it. It's the Nugget Nest.
But it's the Nugget Nest. How is Jake gonna build here?
It is the Nugget Nest. So, going along with infrastructure, and none of us are rich, y'all, it made more sense.
Yeah. Logical, right? And we've been talking about this from the get-go, is trying to develop the land in the most common sense but economical way of doing it.
While you're
And-
building a family compound.
Yeah.
Because that's our dream.
And it's giving everybody their own little space. I mean, whether it be small, but they're not, you know, like right now, Jake and Jenna are kind of like right on top of one another, right? This way, everybody's kind of spread out. Like the tiny house is down here. Jenna's going to be up over there. The Cougar will be gone. Swami's up in that corner. Well, why not? Because it's close to the power. Once again, close to
the
water. And boom, Jake. So what we've talked about with Jake was where the Squatch is sitting now is basically going to be his driveway. He wants to do kind of a carport or garage type thing here to park his car, because it's a fairly new car. Plus, we've talked about, like, we moved to this Harbor Freight shed over here. He may end up converting that into a storage shed.
Kind of like Mel and Gary did.
Yeah, doing some hard-sided either wood or metal on it. And then he'll actually tuck himself up into the tree line a little bit. So once we get some of this cleared out, we'll get the trees that don't need to be in here. But he can set back and be in there and have a nice shaded home, kind of nestled in the woods with a nice parking area that gives him easy access in and out. So we'll lose this, but if we don't have this to park here, and the Cougar's going to be gone, but that's going to be Jenna's parking, well, where are we going to park the Squatch?
We have no idea. Probably Well, didn't we say by the barn?
It's gonna go by the barn.
Okay,
When-
yeah.
I knew I threw her off, y'all. So yeah, what'll end up happening is, because like I said, we're gonna end up putting another road in for that house over there. It's gonna be a little while before Jake and them are ready. So the Squatch gets to stay here. We can also put the Squatch, we've done that quite a few times already, over here by the well house, which is behind you guys. And but long term, there'll be a spot next to the barn that the Squatch can go into, and we'll have a good easy access from the road into where the Squatch can go, and it'll be protected. So
Yes.
that covers that, I think.
Yeah, it does. So that's kind of it, folks. Those are the preliminary plans as of right now,
Yeah.
which only leaves one thing left.
What are we doing with these buildings?
So we have a lot of pride, like you said earlier, in the build of the tiny house. I don't think either one of us, through discussions, would be comfortable with anyone full-time occupying our tiny house.
Yeah, no.
So what we have come up with, and we think it's a really good solid plan, is clearly we're going to continue to use the YouTube studio portion of it for quite a long time. And when the need arises, we will build a YouTube studio probably in the barn, or maybe on the second or third tier of the new build site. What we've decided that we're going to do with this, these two structures, is the YouTube studio is going to turn into a bunkhouse, probably with, I think in the office section, maybe 3 or 4 sets of bunk beds. And then in the main section, sofa bed and a small, it'll be a dry cabin. And the tiny house will be available, as well as the bunkhouse, for Airbnb or for guests of ours that want to visit the ridge. We're not keen on like Airbnb-ing it out just willy-nilly, but what we've kind of talked about doing, and this is years away, guys, so don't get your panties in a bunch that it's going to happen overnight, is it would be an Airbnb experience. It would be, you know, come experience the homestead life type thing. So you're not just getting a place to stay. You're getting the hiking trails, you're getting the creek, you're getting the chickens, you're getting breakfast, lunch, and supper every day that you're here. And selling the experience of those that, because we recognize that there's a lot of people that get into homesteading that they get out because of one reason or another, or it's too much work, or...
And it allows us to pick and choose, and that's where we had thought, you know, whether it be VRBO or Airbnb, it's that concept, right? Mm-hmm. Is doing it as a short-term rental, you know, for, you know, probably a max of a week at a time or something like that. And but it allows us that opportunity as a guest house, you know, by us setting the calendar of when it's available. It allows for when our kids from up north want to come visit, or any
all the
family.
Grandkids have a bed.
Yeah. So it just makes more sense to do it that way. Now, with that being said, like she had mentioned, was this is kind of in the 5-year plan, and I know we're talking early about it, but one, we know a lot of you are new coming into the channel and haven't been there from the beginning, and there's been a lot happening because we're getting ready to go on, I mean, by the time you guys see this, we're already going to be on vacation.
Yeah.
And so we've just been hammering down on the projects. Super excited for this vacation. It's going to be a first for us.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
And so yeah, it was basically we haven't done a full kind of tour and update of the property.
I don't know if we've ever done like a full tour ever.
I think we've done a little bit, but maybe not to the extent that we did today. Yeah. And it is something that we've been talking about doing and really wanting to do it, but there was some other projects, you know, trying to get the garden area squared away.
And then life.
Move things around and get them, you know, sorted in an area that we like it. And you know, it's hard also living in the clutter. You know, but it's all construction, right? It's all part of building, and we know that. We're well aware of it, but it still doesn't hurt your brain
No.
any less. So, but once again, want to thank you, Ruko, for sponsoring today's video,
Yeah.
providing us that awesome drone footage.
And wait, there's more.
And
This thing's amazing. The
um,
clarity of it, I'm blown away.
yeah, no, it does. It takes really great, and I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, it takes some abuse too. It may or may not have found a few tree branches that I
Or my
wasn't paying
greenhouse.
attention
I'll
to.
have to clip this and you guys can watch that.
Yeah, but no, that's super cool. It's something we've been talking about.
We've wanted a drone for a while, so we were really pleased that they reached out to us.
And it opens it up for us to have some really cool angles doing some of our builds in the future. It makes me kind of wish we had it sooner, but hey, we've got it now. And yeah, we're loving spring so far. A little muddier than we would like, but that's just
okay.
the time of the year. We'll take it.
But we'll go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. Of course, after the beautiful bean footage. So we'll catch you on the next one, guys.
Bye now.